Hi everyone, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here, welcome if you have been here before. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. And today's reading is going to be about the beauty of your soul and how people perceive it. What is the true essence of it, the light and shadow aspects of it. So let's see what shows up. Let's see what the universe wants to tell us, or source or creator, whoever you believe in. And we have three options to choose from. As usual, the images or the options will show up on your screen now. So take a deep breath and breathe out as you focus on these images, relaxing your body. And letting your awareness guide you to whichever pile you are drawn to. You are more than welcome to choose one or more piles, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, pile number three. If you chose the first image, this is your reading. And the image that you chose actually reminded me of the 70s, 60s era. The band I got reminded of was the Ronettes. And the hairstyle specifically coming through was that of, Amy Winehouse, the one that the hairstyle or the hairdo that she flaunted, not her era, honestly. But maybe you like this kind of music she made, and you are an oddball, or you are a trendsetter, or you are somebody who is very daring. Your soul, essentially, we are talking about the beauty of your soul. So the beauty of your soul, when I remember the image that you chose, is associated with that energy, even if it was compared to what the world we live in today, where we do have more freedom of expression compared to 60s or 70s or 80s. Especially when it comes to women, I feel that is very important here. And even in those times, your soul, or even in those kind of energies or situations, the beauty of your soul is to stand out, and stand out with confidence, with a lot of pride. And this is not pride in terms of arrogance. It's like genuinely embracing who you are and being happy about yourself, or being confident in yourself and about your life. That's the beauty of your soul, and it's just so inspiring. Pile one. And we do have this card here, which is from the Rumi Oracle. It says Passion of the Wild Red Mother, which fits perfectly for your reading. And this card is representing the core energy of the beauty of your soul. So you are a person who is very passionate, you are a person who is a daredevil. Dilly dallying is not, up your sleeve, or it's not up your alley to do. You are someone, maybe, I don't feel like you take time to make any choices. Maybe you are actually hasty to make choices. And that's the beauty of your soul. You're okay with making mistakes, but you will not stop. You will not stand, basically you will not settle down for choices that shrink the energy of your soul, and that does not feed the energy of your passionate soul. Pile one, that's the energy I'm receiving here. And we have transformation as the card, representing the light aspect of your soul. So it's so beautiful. Transformation is such a powerful energy. It is the energy of, the death card in the tarot. It's about death and rebirth. So you are someone who will go through death and rebirth whenever required, to recreate, reignite the passion for life that you have. That's the beauty of your soul. Now, I'm going to, before going into the next card, I want to read some notes that I, basically made while reading or meditating upon all the cards that came through for you. So, apart from the wild red mother, the word that was coming through was also the wild woman. So of course this is not specifically based on gender. It's the energy of a wild woman who is not at all bound by any chains or any shackles. She is free, especially very primal energy, very the energy, the animalistic energy that we have in ourselves, where the primal needs that we have in ourselves. You don't shy away from them, you honor them, and you probably even inspire people to pursue that. So this doesn't necessarily even have to be sensual energy, whereas I mean, I do perceive that to be strong case here, but even if it's not sensual energy, it's about creativity, tapping into your creative energy, giving your all to that. So you might express a lot through your artwork if you are into, art, or you express through art. Even if it's not the case, you are very passionate about whatever you choose, and you will not choose something you are not so passionate about. That's a very strong energy for this file. So the keywords that came through, and I might refer these notes time and again, because I, went through each card and I actually the questions, and I wrote down some notes. I hope you won't mind. We have powerful transmuter, and that, just goes very well with the transformation card as a light energy. And fiery embers, that's the energy I'm getting. So also reds and yellows, mostly reds, oranges, and darker reds might be your favorite color. Even this um the rusty orange color, that's also coming to my mind. You are an initiate of light, that's also another phrase I was receiving. So fire is the main element for this pile, or this pile might have really strong fire placements, and those are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So you might have sun, moon, rising, or a stellium, or strong placements in these zodiac signs. I was also getting the fiery water sign, which is how I also see Scorpio, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars, so it's fiery energy. So Scorpio is also a strong energy here. But certainly someone who's a trendsetter, who goes against the grain, or who has gone against the grain, regardless of what era it was, because I am getting some people here who have, tapped into this reading, might relate to the older times more. Maybe you were born in the, decades that I mentioned, 60s, 70s, or 80s, or you had your youth during that time, or you resonate with that, like I was mentioning music, so you might resonate with the music of those times a lot. Now, yeah, light, with the light card, especially with the transformation card, what I received was explosion of energies. You might have a very powerful aura. Your magnetism is something that, it, even if you are probably in a new country, you are moving, and wow, maybe some of you are moving to new countries or new places, but even if you travel to a new country, or a whole new place, or a whole new city, when you walk into the cafe, I am sure, with the energy that we have here, for a lot of you, it does seem like people look at you like that's, it's coming out, this energy is coming out very strongly. Your magnetism is very powerful, it is palpable to people, and you have, or your actions, or the way you move about life is actually, it has a major, or a significant, or a very palpable, as I said, impact on those around you. And even with the planet earth being represented here, I would say it has an impact on the world. So maybe some of you are influencers, or you are inspiring a lot of people through the internet. That wouldn't surprise me. Now, with the Fool card here, which is, supporting this question of light aspect of the beauty of your soul, we have the Traveler. So that is telling me, I mean, this card here is actually answering the question, why to be grateful for the light aspect of of the beauty of your soul. And with the Fool card, it is, it's just reiterating the transformation, death, rebirth energy. It gives you the strength to try something new, to, always break the limits after knowing the rules, most likely. I mean, that's a conscious way to go about it. But even so, you always try something new. You always are up to new adventures, potential adventure. That, wow, it says adventure here. So potential adventure. So you are, somebody who is a daredevil. You are a leader. You are willing to take the first step to, you know see what works, what doesn't work. And you are not, you probably are a leader because you are someone who has probably made more choices that didn't work, or wrong choices apparently, to figure out what's the right one, right? So you might have made more mistakes than people might have even made choices in their life. So that's the energy I'm receiving. So that is why you need to be grateful for this powerful energy that you have, this beauty of, the power, sorry, the beauty of your soul is true raw power. Wow. And the shadow aspect, for that we have dare to dream, And beneath that, we did have movement also. It's a serpent energy here with this card. So some of you might resonate with the serpent energy, kundalini, and transmutation, even healing, and as I was mentioning, sexual, sensual energy as well. So with the Dare to Dream card, what I had received was yeah, you're selective. That's what I was receiving. The way the claw is on this diamond here. So I was just, the first thing that was coming to my mind was nitpicking or only choosing the creme de la creme. And now, how that's affecting probably is that you might not give yourself the opportunity to make mistakes. So it's interesting that I was talking about this, but by with the shadow aspect, because shadow aspect is something that's much no much more subtle, right? And it's not always very clear to us. But with the Dare to Dream card, I was also getting possessive energy. And how can you embrace this? For that, we have Ace of Wands, so creativity. So do things or pursue new creative things so that you can learn to embrace the simpler and not so grand things in life. And I feel like that will take a pressure off of you as well, pile number one. So because you may know this potency, this fiery energy, this passion that you have, this grand transformative energy that you have, and you know the impact you create, so you may put on a lot of load over on your own shoulders. Maybe you do carry the weight of the world, because we do have transformation and we have earth in between that. So you are someone who because you are a person who leads from the heart. There is, I feel that very strongly. And definitely strong Mars energy, because there is the Tower card energy here, which I'll get to later on. But anyway, so, because you are aware of the impact and the power that you carry within, and the strength that you innately are, the strength of your soul is so, it's just so palpable and it's so strong. The strength of your soul is strong. But the thing is that you may, in the light of that, knowing that you're so strong, you might extend or overextend yourself in relationships, in even your creations, even the work that you do. And so you might get stuck sometimes in the loop of making perfection the only norm. So you don't may not be giving yourself the opportunity to slip up a bit or to change. Even maybe you get stuck in the idea of being perfect in creating something and then releasing it out into the world, and then you are afraid of getting, it's, I don't think sorry, I don't think that you're afraid of criticism. It's more so you have such high expectations of yourself that you get annoyed with yourself when those expectations are not met, because you feel like the potency of the passion and the potency of the creation there might be a gap there. But dare to dream that maybe you can just have fun with this energy, you can just be light with this energy and still make the same impact, right? Because with the Ace of Cons telling us how you can embrace this, it's an interesting solution that came to my mind when I saw this card. It was to pursue new creative habits. Maybe if you are someone who takes up new creative activities and you want to ace it in the first go or within the first few days, and you get frustrated because you don't, it's probably because you are so passionate about this, so you should be knowing how to go create the exact thing that you want to create, and not giving yourself the leeway or this breathing space to make mistakes might be getting onto your nerves, and that's your shadow, right? So you might not be honoring your own strength because of that, because you're not being a little patient, because fire is fast, right? So when you take up these new creative projects, maybe take up any creative hobby that is probably not related to a project of yours, or maybe it is related, right? And it's a very simple thing, so it's new and it's simple, so you can try it out at a slower pace and build that muscle of being kinder towards yourself, because the beauty of your soul is magnanimous, it's humongous, it's enormous energy, not just energy but power, energy that has power. an energy that is fiery, energy that is life giving. Fire is life also, right? Because sun gives us life. So especially life in terms of transmuting, changing, bringing in transformation, changing that which doesn't help you grow. So when the change is happening, give yourself the time to experience the change, and don't be mad at yourself like, why is the change not actualizing at the speed at which you are understanding the change is or understanding or receiving what change is required. So don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, essentially. Now, how is the beauty of your soul perceived in personal interactions with other people? For that, we have the strength card, which is the first thing that came to my mind was people might see you as bossy, people might see you as someone who is actually a go-getter, who is aggressive as well. But also with this card I was receiving that somebody who is very good with animals also is something that people might see. So they do see you as a leader, but they do see you to be someone who is stubborn, too strong willed probably for their taste, and a little aggressive. Yet, what is the true essence within these interactions, about the beauty of your soul within these interactions? So that we have the beautiful Ace of Cups. It is coming from the heart. And even with the Strength card, that's what I was getting. Even though the Strength is not Leo energy, it's still Saturn energy, but I think it is with the number 8, it's Saturn energy, but probably strength is also associated with Leo. I'll have to check. But Leo energy is again coming up, the heart center energy. Wow, traveling is coming up strongly, but doing things or wanting to do things for others or interacting essentially with others from your heart center. You know, it all comes from a place of love. You are naturally a leader who leads from the heart. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to speak more on this because it's just clear as day, and it's very divine love, to be honest with, because it's Ace of Cups, it's coming from source, from spirit, right? But people might see it as someone who is bossy. They definitely see you as a strong pillar, as someone who can be trusted as well. That's also a thing. But the beauty of your soul within this interaction, the truest essence of it, is coming from a place of love. And with the blue card, you speak from love. Blue is throat chakra energy as well. And the last card here is representing an advice from your higher self as to how can you make use of this beauty, or enhance or embrace the beauty of your soul. It's just so interesting. We got the Seven of Swords, so I asked for a clarifier, and we got the Six of Pentacles. So that tells me, and I have written this down, so I want to read that out loud. Embrace this beauty by being selective with your energy so that you do not have to go through a big traumatic or dramatic event for you to create boundaries. Because like I said, you genuinely interact from the space of love, from the heart space when it comes to people. But to embrace this beauty more, to probably tame the fire or know how to work the fire, learn to create boundaries and be selective with whom you are sharing your energies. Be very selective. Breadcrumbing, when done probably consciously, can also help you. So don't reveal too much, don't give away too much initially, just because you do it from the goodness of your heart, but you need to be aware of where you need to temper it, control it a bit, so that you don't go through this tower moment. And we do have the devil also at the bottom of the deck. Just beneath the tower we have Empress coming out twice, so very mother-like energy. But definitely this tells me that when you are bound in connections because of your nurturing, nourishing nature, let it not get to that binding energy immediately or too quickly or without your awareness. So because that might have happened and you must have gone through tower moments, give yourself the permission to create certain boundaries. And even if it's not boundaries immediately, but literally just feeding a little to somebody else. It's not out of being selective in an aggressive or negative way, but to conserve and honor your energy as well, pile one. So pile one, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do share, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile number two. If you chose the second image, this is your reading. So the image itself was on a hill actually, and it's interesting that we have, hills or mountains are higher perspective or a higher viewpoint essentially, and we have that energy also being represented here, which I'll get to. But that image was giving me the energy of, you like observing people just being in life and how they move about in life, how they find joy or peace in their day-to-day lives. That's the energy I'm getting. You're someone who adores humans maybe, and you do seem to be a person who's probably more introverted, yet you are somebody who enjoys humans. You have that humanitarian energy. You really um embrace the human experience also, I perceive. More so observing the human experience rather than yourself going into that experience is what I am understanding, because this pile is a very healer energy. The beauty of your soul is quite healing essentially. And the card that we have here first is the new gown. It's from the Wow, Khalil Gibran is coming to my mind. I wonder if some of you have read his work, maybe. But this is from the Rumi Oracle. And this gown energy is giving me the awareness that, you are someone. So for this pile, maybe this part resonates with you or not, only take what resonates, but there's a strong awareness and strong trust in higher consciousness, in the creator or higher powers. And you know that you are always protected and taken care of, come what may. Even though you might have seen the darkest of days, you have had an unwavering faith in spirit, in the creator. That's the beauty of the soul, of your soul, and that's a strong energy coming through. And I'm also going to refer some notes I made, because I made notes for the entire spread, so I might go back and forth with that and what is showing up in the cards, because with each question I made notes essentially. And what we have here is, with the nourish. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I'm looking at this. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff here. So because with the image itself I was getting, people are sitting there and relaxing, and it's very tiny in the image, it's probably not clear. So the beauty of your soul is very humanitarian. You like observing people, especially how they move out in life, finding peace and joy in the smallest of things. With the new gown, as I mentioned, about your trust in the universe, in the creator, the other two things that were coming up were patience and resilience to see things through, strong innate knowing about higher consciousness, the creator, and how it always takes care of you no matter what, a strong or a rooted sense of self. Now looking at this card, which is showing us the light aspect of the beauty of your soul, for that we have the nourish card, and along that we have the high priestess, which is telling us why should you be grateful for the light of your, for the light aspect of the beauty of your soul. So as you explore the depths of your emotions, your emotional waters, you are, the beauty of your soul is such that you go into the depths of your emotion, you explore your subconscious, and you hold space for your emotions, your feelings. And because of that, you're able to do this for others as well, and you naturally have a very nourishing energy. The light part, or the light aspect of the beauty of your soul is you are a way shower. You're someone who shines light on foundations that are no longer working, on roots that are no longer working. And I do perceive the nourish card, because you do this inner work where you go into your subconscious, you're able to hold that space for others, right? And so people find it easier to submerge into their own emotions, and they're not afraid of getting lost because they know that you are there. So they finally give themselves the permission to experience the depth and the overwhelm of that emotion in the in the energy of who you are, or in your energy essentially, because that's the beauty of your soul. Why should you be grateful for this? Because with the high priestess card, it is literally telling you that this strength of yours, or this part of the beauty of your soul of yours, helps you have unwavering faith, as I mentioned probably earlier as well, in the unseen forces that are of higher consciousness are supportive. Your faith and trust in that gets multiplied and increased or amplified because of this light aspect of the beauty of your soul. Pile number two. So what is the shadow aspect of the beauty of your soul? For that, we have higher perspective. And the higher perspective card is okay, so that's how it's shining. I'm just trying to make it look pretty. So the higher perspective card tells me you may get lost in people's issues a bit as you wish to hold space for them, right? Or you wish to hold space for the others as well, and it drains your energy. It's not just draining your energy, it is also slowing you down, which you may have observed in life. You might slow down a bit, which is because you probably get trapped into other people's drama, trauma, stuff like that. It's not that you shouldn't be holding space, but what the guidance is, because how can you embrace this shadow with the 10 of acorns, responsibility and dedication? It says, let go of solidifying or concretizing other people's issues into your life or into your body, or let go of taking up, yeah, like let go of making other, because I've written it quite fast, so I had to take a minute to figure out my own handwriting. So sorry. So let go of solidifying it, and so also let go of making other people's pathway to consciousness yours, because it's not your load to carry. With the 10 of wands, it's not your load to carry. You just are the way shower with the light energy here. So embrace that you can look at the higher perspective and you can give them the guidance from there, rather than getting sucked in to that contracted point of view of the issue, right? Maybe just touch the ground a bit, but go back to the higher perspective. That's why I was talking about hills, higher perspective. That is your strength. So keep it as a strength, and don't get sucked into the core of the issue and get you know have an identity loss sort of an it wow situation as well. So maybe you go into identity crisis sometimes because you involve yourself in the situation so much. So don't do that. Learn to have that higher perspective, build the resilience to only be in the higher perspective as much as you can, at least as much as you can, so that you yourself lighten up your own load. Pile number two. Now, next one, we are going to look at how the beauty of your soul is translated, or how it shows up in personal interactions with others. For that, we have the Three of Wands, and it's just so funny. Not funny; it's actually very cute. So, first things first. With the Three of Wands, the first thing that is coming through is actually waiting. So, people might get irritated or a little frustrated because you are someone who might reply late to their messages, or the beauty of your soul translates in that way because you're taking your time. But the other thing is also that they are very eager to connect with you, or they don't mind waiting for you, because they always perceive that you will come bearing gifts, that they always look forward to meeting you, because they know that you will be bringing in something, even if it's not a physical gift, but it's just your energy that is a gift. So they always look forward to that. And this truer essence when it comes to this personal interaction with other people is Eight of Swords, which is telling me that it's not that you get into, I don't perceive that you get into that Eight of Swords energy, but you help people get out of that Eight of Swords energy. You help them get out of that mental cage, because we do have Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and even beneath that we do have the Temperance card. So you really help them temper and get out of their mental cage. it's a very mentor like energy. You are a mentor to them. You help them get out of their mental prisons. So that is a truer essence of the beauty of your soul in these personal interactions. Now the last card is a card as a guidance from your higher self as to how can you embrace this beauty of your soul more. And for that, we what I've written is transform how you work with the beauty of your soul or use the beauty of your soul for others by relieving yourself of the ghosts of past. Because interestingly enough, with the death card, and especially the way this figure is here, it reminded me of a ghost like energy. So relieving yourself from the ghosts of past and bringing more peace for yourself as well, like really prioritizing bringing in peace for your health, for your health in all ways, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical, right? And frequent traveling will be very helpful for this pile to shift that energy, to shift any stagnancy that happens when you feel like you are in a rut, to move through and rebirth that energy within you. Traveling frequently will be very helpful. So, yeah, pile two, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for joining. I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hello, pile number three. If you chose the third image, this is your reading. So, there's a change of outfit because you're filming on a different day for you. And the card, okay, before going into the card, the image itself actually gave me this vastness, endlessness and vastness kind of an energy, because it was actually an image I took sitting on the ground essentially and looking up into the sky. So it felt like there's this another depth in outside of you, or moving out of you, or up to from up in an upwards direction from your head. And the clouds felt like it's so the I feel many of us do perceive the clouds or the sky to be more oceanic also. So it's like an ocean of air, something of that as an analogy, and extending up into the universe, into the space, and surrendering to it. So the clouds felt like waves, the foam that forms on the waves when waves occur. And beyond that also, and by the way, I have my notes written down here, so I'm going to read through that throughout the reading, because I meditated upon the cards and I wanted to write down whatever came through and give the information with as much clarity as possible. So the image itself was about vastness, reminds of seeking clarity even on a cloudy day or through the clouds. And the first thing that came to my mind, even when I looked at your first card, which is the core energy of the beauty of your soul, and we have the blood angel here with the number 7. And it's just that the way she is surrendering, she's bending over, and so much is moving out of her waist or lower waistline, which is root chakra, the base chakra, and the sacral chakra. So what I perceived from this card is like surrendering or submitting to the healing capacity or the greatness of light, of consciousness, for cleansing yourself. So when there is no way out, so many of us tend to, or we are actually asked to submit to the will of God, so to speak. So something on those lines, surrendering to the greatness of the creator, or to the potency of the great creator, especially to clear out fears, clear out insecurities, and clear out anything that clogs your sense of reality and sense of security. That's the beauty of your soul, especially with the image here. That's the energy I'm receiving. So you are okay with purging a lot of stuff. So this could be actually true for your journey in itself, in the sense that it's not just purging emotionally or energetically. You are okay with what happens when someone purges, because purges can look like vomiting, or getting a fever for a bit, or getting headache. So you actually are okay with initiating the purge. So you're okay with going through the discomfort because you know you're surrendering to light, to consciousness, to more clarity. That's the energy I was getting. And with the blood angel, to look or honor your physical body as a vessel of light, of consciousness. So it values, yeah, so the beauty of your soul is that it values keeping your physical body as clear, as clean as possible. So this could mean clean eating, even if it's not about diet. It definitely is about clear energy, clean energy. You might be somebody who is prompted to clear or protect their energy oftentimes, because you are actually, with the blood angel, I do perceive that you might be very extra, your energy field would be so big that you are able to tap into other people's universe, their energy field, quite quickly without even realizing. So I perceive that the more you started understanding how much you are probably taking on other people's energies, other people's thoughts as your own, you learned that you had to clear up this energy within yourself, and keep your physical, like, it's, yeah. So what must have happened is you knew that your physical body was getting affected. That's because the potency and the strength of your soul is such that it can tap into a lot of things. It's very sensitive. So its sensitivity is not a weakness, it's actually an awareness, acute awareness of energy. And you had that awareness, it's just that, and that's the beauty of your soul. But I do perceive that you are also prompted to keep your physical vessel clean, your body rested, well rested body specifically. So you might be somebody who is in, who has a lot of meditative practices, breath work, stuff like that, and it has come up in your reading further on as well. Pile number 3. So the light aspect of your, okay, so there's another point I had written, which is especially clearing your body of addictions, and not just addictions like food, could be, alcohol or something else that's physical, but more so like addiction to negative thought patterns, addiction to repeating patterns that are negative, related to, unhealthy coping mechanisms. So addictions to even that, you are, the beauty of your soul is it will prompt you to move out of it. Now, the light aspect for that, we have this card, Wellness, number 24. And it's essentially telling me that you are, very much about a holistic approach of wellness. So, by holistic, I mean mind, body, soul, everything. Right? And not just one part. Heart mind coherence is one strong thing that was coming up. So some of you might actually listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation, because he talks a lot about heart mind coherence. And meditation, breath work is definitely a priority to bring clarity of mind, of vision. That is the light aspect of the beauty of your soul. So you're a lot about, clear energy field, clarity of mind, clarity of vision. So clarity of mind, so that your intuition is clear, you're able to look into not just the future, and it's actually not so much about the future, but look around you clearly, energetically, what's happening. That is the beauty of your soul. So it's a lot about clarity, the swords energy, and it's that sword energy is sort of here, and we'll look into it. But why should you be grateful for it? For that, we have the strength card. Why should you be grateful for the light aspect of the beauty of your soul? And look at that, it's actually an elephant. And the keywords here are courage and endurance. So notes that I made about this was be grateful for it because it strengthens you, gives you enough, gives you more resilience and capacity to hold space for others in a very powerful yet nurturing way, right? The elephant is such a gracious and kind animal, but if you mess with it, or if it gets angry, and even if it doesn't get angry, that, although I do perceive that maybe that part is true, but even if it's not that, the elephant doesn't have to do anything as such. Even it just stepping onto us as human beings can crush us, right? And it's not because, so wow, I wonder why this is coming up. And so your reading is also related to body a lot, and stuff around trigger warning. Body shaming is coming up. And elephant is like, because I've experienced it myself, an analogy used for people who are, or used for people as a joke or as a funny analogy for people who are overweight or beyond a certain level of weight according to beauty standards, or even health wise, whatever it is, whatever the case is. I'm not trying to you know be judgmental about any body weight here, because I have realized for myself also, like, all of this weight does come from coping, yeah, right? Yeah, that's what I was talking about, coping mechanism. And you do consciously take that step to release it. So, anyway, but people around you might not know, right? So, I think that's why it's coming, and that's why it's so beautiful that for the strengths card, we have the elephant here. The elephant's weight is not about fat, it's bone structure, and its bone structure is so big and so heavy. That's what makes it so big in nature, right? And bones are about, again, the entire physical body is about blood and DNA, but with blood angel and bones, again, it's reminding me of DNA a lot. So this is a lot about your origin, the your origin, your life, that DNA structure within you, the life force structure within you. Very powerful energy. And how it is actually like you just being alive is a gift to the planet. Pile number 3. Oh wow. So quite a powerful energy here for pile 3. And even with the elephant card, it's reminding me of Lord Ganesha, or the god Ganesha in Hinduism or in Sanatan Dharma. And he has this, so an elephant has two big ears, right, and just one trunk or one mouth. And I remember always hearing this or getting reminded of this, how Lord Ganesha speaks about each of their body parts, and I don't remember all of them. But the most important thing was they have big ears because you need to listen clearly and listen more, and you just have one tongue or one mouth because you need to speak less. And that's probably the beauty of your soul, right? And that's maybe why you have clarity as the essence of the beauty of your soul, because you listen to the energy more and speak less. But you may speak sharp words because we do have sort of that energy sort of showing up in the shadow aspect. And I just want to say, wow, it's so important. Please do not feel for even a second that your body is a curse or a pain or anything like that. Wow. It's so big and it's so kind because it's holding space for so many people. And please recognize the gift that it is. Excuse me for that. I really did not mean for that to happen at all. So, yeah, pile number 3. Remember, the beauty of your essence, of your soul, is so reflected in your body, and your intention to care for your body in an honest way is going to go a long way. And I'm sure you are committed to your practice. So, don't worry about it and let your light shine, because that's literally the card at the bottom of the deck. And it's just so similar to the wellness card. So keep doing all the breath work activities or meditative practices or whatever you are doing to keep that wellness going on for you. And if you are not, please know you have the capacity to do this. That is the light aspect of you. I feel like if you are wanting to be more conscious with your body, the second you tap into that energy and you commit to doing that, you will receive such a great clarity. And I perceive that you will feel lighter regardless of what happens physically in your body. But I mean, like, if it's around weight or not, but more so it's about feeling lighter, energetic, more open. The more you are practicing these mindful things, it's definitely going to help you, because that's the light aspect of your beauty, of your soul, of the soul that you have, right? And it's very much available to you. And we have speak truth in the shadow aspect of the beauty of your soul. So it's not that you don't speak the truth, it's that you do speak it. But what I am receiving with this card is you need to be more kinder in your words. So I feel like maybe you are your own I do perceive that most of us are, or probably even all of us, so I can't say that for all of us, but most of us are, our own worst critics. So I do perceive that energy with you as well, because if you are speaking truth to others, you might be a little harsh in your words. So you need to be kinder, and that begins from where? It begins from within. So if you've been harsh with your words towards your own self in your inner dialogue, learn to be kinder, not because you will become dishonest, because anywhere you feel that being kinder towards yourself is dishonest, please let that narrative go out of your head, right? Kindness also includes about, sorry, kindness is certainly about discipline as well. And if discipline is not a word that feels lighter to you, what if you change it with the word committing to yourself, right? Sorry, replace it with the phrase to commit to yourself. So committing to yourself every day, every second, is also kindness towards yourself. So please show that, because the way you can embrace this is what we've been talking about. We are the king of shells. I mean, the keywords here are harmony and integrity. So what have we here? So we have, so embrace that with the king of cups, speak with love, with kindness, and honor another's pathway or where they are in their own journey, right? So if you are wanting to share your truth with somebody else, and not just your truth or what you may see or an insight that you may have, be kinder. Ask yourself this question first: are they even willing to listen? Is it kind to share this information with them? Be that space, and be that space with yourself also. Like, is this a truth? Is this the way for me to address this truth, right? Am I being harsh with myself unnecessarily? Am I being, you know like Umbridge in Harry Potter for no good reason at all? So changing that narrative, right? That's how you can embrace this shadow aspect of your truth. Now, moving into, wow, okay, this reading went on for really long. um yeah, now we have two cards representing how the beauty of your soul translates in personal interactions, and for that we have Four of Swords. For people around you, or people who interact with you, interacting with you is like a quiet time, a peaceful healing time. And this healing comes in because the true essence of the beauty of your soul within that connection is Ace of Swords, which is clarity. They feel at peace, they feel clarity, because the truth, it's the honesty that you have within yourself, that is the energy that gets translated in those conversations. That because you are clear within yourself, or you are brutally honest with yourself, and that translates into these conversations that you're having with people, right? So it could be literally you speaking something, but it's just specifically your energy. The mental energy that you have is so healing and so clear for people, that it is a gift. It is a relaxation time from unexpected backstabbing energy or people with ulterior motives. So that's how it's a gift to others. And the true essence for people, it's healing, but the true essence that is that it's coming from truth, it's coming from clarity. And the last card that we have here is an advice from your higher self as to how to embrace this beauty of your soul. And we have Nine of Cups. How does it get any better than this? Because essentially, your higher self is saying, embrace your joy, follow your joy. And I, yeah, because we do have the, tower card at the bottom of the deck, which is telling me make your wishes a priority before the tower falls. Do not let it be a rude awakening always. So you can make positive shifts. You can be kinder towards yourself. You can be compassionate towards yourself by addressing, following your joy, by letting your wishes be fulfilled. So maybe that is about the commitment part, right? Being committed to being kinder towards yourself by being committed to your targets, not for anybody else but for yourself. And there is no, I don't perceive any vanity here, especially with the Nine of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment, this is not even material stuff. So you letting yourself experience the completion or experience the wholehearted commitment energy towards a goal is going to be very, very, uplifting, and it's going to amplify the beauty of your soul in your own life. That's what your higher self wants to say. So yeah, pile number three, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below, and do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.